This article from Arthur Carnes asks, should older video games like Grand Theft Auto 5 be added to minimize offense? Ironically, the entire article says the opposite, and it's very clear that video games such as Grand Theft Auto 5 should not be added at all. They're parts of their time, and should be preserved as parts of their time for future generations to look back and enjoy them as they are. Grand Theft Auto 5 is an open-world action-adventure game, and it's done to satirize American culture and the economy. Basically, it's an equal opportunity offender, regardless of race, gender, sexual orientation, sexual identity, basically everything. Even on politics, it offends the left, it offends the right, and at the same time, it provides a great gameplay experience. Grand Theft Auto was originally in Britain and was done to satirize America. And here's the thing: I did play the GTA 3, Grand Theft Auto 3, when I was a teenager, and I was just focused on the gameplay and missions. I didn't notice the satirization of American culture. I was just too busy either driving or listening to music. Never actually completed the final game though. I never completed Grand Theft Auto 3, but Grand Theft Auto San Andreas was one of the best in the PS2 era. Now here's the thing about Grand Theft Auto 5 and other games that are old. There are plenty of people that want Grand Theft Auto 5 to basically be added or removed substantially, loads of legacy content in order to please people who don't play video games. And even though there are plenty of people who do play video games, it's the ones that are focused on and obsessed with Twitter, who tweet all day. They're more busybodies, and their only hobby is watching Netflix, are the ones that want games such as Grand Theft Auto 5 or any offensive video game type that is beloved by gamers across the world to be added or be essentially changed to please their mentalities. Problem is that if you actually add the game to a point where it's unenjoyable or it's stale, no one will buy it. And it's bad enough that Take-Two has decided to have a diversity panel at E3 instead of announcing any actual video games. I mean, they could have made Grand Theft Auto 6 right by now. We could have had Grand Theft Auto 6 set in Washington, D.C. or Chicago or Texas. But instead, they found a Skyrim, and they're not going to let it go. Ever. And I'm very concerned about the current remasters of Grand Theft Auto 3 and the Trilogy series. They're already in the works in removing content that the Twitter weirdos don't like. But we love them, and to be honest with you, no video game that is remastered or remade should remove any content that was there previously. I have no objections with standard warnings. Tell them this game is a part of their time, and any censorship would be an offense to anyone who actually played this game before. We should preserve history, no matter how ugly it is, because if we remove any of it, it was if this game was never made. This is JK from the Ministry of Otaku speaking. Have a good evening.